how to actually make some sales as a game developer. We're getting close to releasing our demo version, and I want to get some insight, hopefully, on how to actually make some monies. I will probably sell my game for $10 when it's in early access and doesn't have as much content done. And when I get towards the release of my game, I'll probably sell it for 15 euros comparatively to others. And so I want to see if we cannot get some really good information on this video, how to actually make some sales.
Have a real conversation about probably the...
Let's see. Sorry.
So, let's have a real conversation about probably the most asked question when it comes to being a game dev. Now just
2 seconds. Give me a second. Was? How to impress women? I didn't even see that. All right, that's interesting, I have to say. Anyways, so let's continue. Let's just continue.
to be clear, I am not going to sugarcoat anything because I think there's enough channels out there that are already trying to sell you the dream. So today I wanted to teach you about something that most channels won't tell you, which is...
Okay, someone tried to interrupt me. That's fine. I totally forgot to pause notifications. Before we go into this, I want to put in my 2 cents. The most important thing is having a demo version out, then seeing the stats on the demo. If people play your demo for a reasonable amount of time, you can expect a decent amount of sales on release. If you are past 30 minutes of playtime on your demo, then that's a good sign. If you have a demo version where the playtime is below 10 minutes, then you can be 99% guaranteed that your game is gonna flop on release. Why do I know that? Why? Because I've seen examples, and my own game is an example as well, but not only my game, also other examples that I'm not gonna talk about who that is, because I don't want to make them feel bad, of gameplay times of less than 10 minutes, where post-release, the game got absolutely obliterated. No reviews, no one plays the game, no advertisement on Steam. And so that sucks. So bring out the demo version first, gauge interest. If you're below 10 minutes, make some changes. Unless you don't care, of course.
What awaits you at the end of your crazy journey if you manage
so
to perform...
this should not be the end, by the way. This should be the very beginning. You should start releasing a demo version as early as possible to gauge interest. And then based on that interest, you should see how far you can go with your demo version. Sorry, how far you can go with the game.
Of finishing your game. Now, if you're lucky, then maybe you broke even. Or maybe you even made it big and your game is popping wish lists left and right. But if you're average, like I am, then you're probably going to end up like the vast majority of indie game devs out there, which is 5 years later, in debt, with maybe 20 copies sold.
What? How can you make... You mean to tell me that you've been making games for 5 years and you're in debt? Don't you have to realize at some point that it's not working? You need to change course? Or maybe get a job so you're not getting into debt? Am I crazy? Huh? Bloons copy has no hope? No. I don't understand.
And bills piling up all around you faster than you can chug a beer.
Then you need to change something, bro. It's been 5 years. You should be able to tell after 1 to 2 years already. What's this guy talking about? Huh?
This is exactly what happened to me and many other devs that I know. And I truly hope that none of you are in this situation right now. But if it is, I'll tell you how I got out of it. And maybe you'll have a chance to fix your life a lot earlier than I could. First thing you have to understand is that there is no correlation between how difficult or how...
You're not thinking like a privileged person, lol. So what you mean is they got themselves into the situation because they are thinking like a privileged person? Is that what you're saying? I don't think so. You think so? I bet this guy has buys too much kebab. True.
How much time you spend on something and the customer's perceived value of it. If I spend 10 years making garbage and then tell someone, hey, you need to buy this from me for $5 because I think it's worth that much and I've worked on it for 10 years, the person's going to look me in the eye and tell me to go fuck off, as they probably should, because nobody is
my man Peter, thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate it. My man, big supporter. Thank you.
Obligated to buy something just because it was difficult to create. The second thing that you have to understand is video games.
So that's what happens when you don't release a demo version soon. So any game developer, let's say you're making small, medium, or big game, doesn't matter, bring out a demo version on Steam after at least 1 year. If you're going down a big route, but you should have it after a couple of months as well. Bring out a demo version that will change your life. I promise you. It will change what you do, because the immediate feedback you get from this, and even if you're unknown, you will even have a couple of people do YouTube videos on it. If it's reasonably successful, you will have, let's say, one YouTube video. You just need one video of someone playing the game, and it will change the entire course of the game. Trust me, it happened to me, and it changed everything. And just having that feedback allows you to make changes before you go down and get. How do you even get into that?
Probably one of the worst return on investment out of any commodity you could pick. Let's just say that you have a small team of 2 programmers and 1 3D artist. And
what? What do you mean small team? A small team is 1 person. Huh? Where is he getting those people from? I can see how he's gotten into debt now. 2 programmers? Where's this guy? Huh? A person isn't a team? Okay, but I would consider a team 2 people, 2 friends making a game together. 2 friends to help out.
Let's assume that you're going to go to the market for literally everything else. So all the special effects, all the...
I can see how he's lost money. You literally gonna buy all of these online? When you can get stuff for free to test out the game? There's millions of... I just... I just don't believe that. No.
Music, all the sounds, you're going to get from the marketplace somewhere.
No. $11 for something that takes hours to make is not a whole lot. True. But how much are you going to buy for that? And true, also, you can get that you can get that free somewhere else. Why would you need to buy that?
The average game programmer's salary is about $92,000 a year. The average 3D modeler's salary is about $77,000 a year. Now let's say that your project will be done in 1 year, which is not realistic at all, but let's just pretend it was. So for 1 year of work...
I told you! This guy just hired 2 programmers and an artist. What? That's not the situation for 95% of people making games online. The majority of people are going to work on their game alone, or they have a friend, maybe 2 friends working together with you, but not on a salary. You are going to sustain yourself. That's not indie. That is actually starting a business. How many of you... Okay, type 1 in chat if you have this situation, or if you work... Type 1 in chat if you're paying someone like this to make a game. 1 cap. Ah! Okay, bro. Who am I? You made your game alone. You're lying. Peter, you're lying too. Galaxy Media is lying. Avatar of Azula is lying. Zakaza is lying. So you guys are all liars. Okay. Yeah. I get it now. So you guys are lying. Thank you.
You are already down $2,600,000. And we haven't even talked about your...
Bro, this is out of touch. There's no way. This is a company, bro. How do you... This is totally the wrong way to get into game development. You're making games next to your job. That's how you start. How much did he say? 2,600.
Expenses for the...
$260,000 after 1 year down.
Licensing of the software like Substance Painter, Fruity Loops, ZBrush, Photoshop, or food, or rent. You are starting your journey at around $2,600,000 in debt. And a year later, when you're finally done, assuming you had no setbacks, if your game was small and compact like most indie games, then you might be able to sell it for $5, maybe 10 per copy at most, which is already a tiny fraction of what it costs to build. And even then, people will still complain and compare it to their favorite free-to-play game and ask you, why is your game so expensive? But my point is, you can see the ridiculous disconnect between what you are allowed to charge people and how much it costs to make the product. Again, if you're...
No. He's wrong. Show you example. Crystal Guardians. Costs $13. No one on Steam tells this guy that his game is too expensive. Look at this. 13 euros. Almost 14 euros. That is $15. That is more money than Bloons. Let's look at the reviews. I came from Rogue Tower and this feels like the perfect evolution of the game. I'm loving it. Fantastic TD by a single dev. Who is in chat, by the way, right? Mr. Who Am I here in chat. Tough at times, progression is slow, game doesn't sync across devices. Very playable, nicely done. TD, great game. Best tower defense game I ever played. Damn, bro. Great game. This needs to be more endgame content. I agree, I played the game. Needs to be a bit more endgame content. It's a very good game. Yes, it is. Indeed, it is. The upgrade progression system makes the game along with its images. I don't get it the first phase, but I'm hooked. This guy's hooked. Downloaded the demo and try it. It's a nice long looking tower defense game. Definitely spiked certain waves. It requires grind. True. Maybe worth it on sale. Yeah, so that's one review out of how many... Oops. Out of how many reviews that says that it's a bit too expensive? Brother, this guy sold almost 4,000 copies. He's made this game in his free time next to his university. He's in university. What is this guy talk? I don't know where he gets these numbers from, bro. Wait, let's look at a game developer. Maybe Ramis did say something. How much did he say? What? So, this is the reaction of how much money this guy spent on the first year. The calculation that he did for the first indie game. So, don't take it from me. Take it from someone that has experience in making games. You want to know where this guy comes from? That's here. Deep Rock Galactic Survival. That's this game here. That's right. This game right here. Pretty sure you guys have seen this before. I don't know how you... It just doesn't make it. Okay, fine. Okay, let's just keep going.
Making games for fun, then this doesn't really apply to you. But if you're trying to make money, then you need to at least be aware of what's going on here. Because when I figured this out, it was too late. I had already lost all the best years of my life in my early 20s. College was over. I didn't have much professional experience. All I had to show for it was a game that really wasn't selling any copies.
What game is he talking about? Is it in the description? Artisan Royal Skies. If you ever need 3D assets, why are you not linking your game, bro, in your video about making games? Why is he not linking his game? So he's making a video about game development and talking about his game, but in the description, he's not linking his game. See, I mean, salaries and rent are expensive. Trust me, I know. But if you're starting out to indie, this is not how to approach it. There's pain involved in the beginning. Yeah, so you make mostly everything yourself in the beginning, or you get free assets. You use free software. You don't buy yourself anything. It's with any hobby that you start out with. You don't invest money unless you know that you're going to stick with it for life. And even then, you sparingly invest money. Exactly. That's right, bro. Yeah. I spent exactly $0 for game development, spent all the profit on... Yeah, my man, true. Big W. Yes, good stuff, bro.
I had to start figuring something out really...
His game is this, Vanguard Knights. Okay, let's take a look. Thank you very much for linking. You're telling me that I can't buy this in Germany? Vanguard Knights. Okay, let's just Google that. I can't look at it. Okay, why is that blocked in Germany? Why you blocked this in Germany, bro? It has 27 reviews. That's crazy. So you're telling me that you spent a lot of money on assets and this is what you got? That's the assets you paid money for? This guy got scammed. Yeah. Okay.
Really fast because it was pretty clear to me that there was no miracle.
Thank you, Ryan, for following, man.
No big streamer was going to play my game. There was not going to be any random spike in sales. And I just had to...
Bro, why not? You can email streamers. You can email streamers? What do you mean? Did you even try? You just get a bunch of emails from the streamers and you just email all of them. That's what Real Supercoot did with Pogostuck, and it worked for him. Some of them played his game.
Except that I spent the last 5 years of my life in order to not even be able to pay for a month of rent. So, after a monumental failure, as any normal depressed 3D artist would, I just took a week off and made art.
This stuff looks amazing, bro. This guy has talent. Holy YouTube, wow. You're good at 3D artist stuff, man. This guy can make so... Wow, she's beautiful.
For a few days.
Mwah.
For me, character design has always been my hobby horse. It's never been...
So he was the 3D artist on the game.
My best skill, but it's something...
Wait. So you're a 3D artist. And the game looks like this? Is this really the game he's talking about, guys? Are you sure that this is game? Are you 100% these characters look like from Black Desert game? So you're saying that's not actually his? It's under his name? Wait, let's see. It's under his name. Under his name? Royal Skies? Surely it's linked here somewhere, right? ArtStation, Instagram, Royal Unreal Market. Why is he not linking his game? Steam game? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Vanguard Knights. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Stop leaking me, man. HIO. No, that looks good. Wait, that looks really good, bro. Yeah. Hey, this looks good. That's a W. Look at that. That looks great. No, he's really good. Look at this. I just don't understand how that happens then. Okay. Well, fine. I mean, maybe first project, you know, and he learned a lot. I feel like his main forte is 3D characters. They look really amazing. Look at this.
Thing that just calms my mind.
His art is good, yeah.
Lost. And while I was 3D modeling, I was on ArtStation.
Maybe just got unlucky. I'm telling you, there's no good game on Steam that gets unlucky. Forgot to market, maybe. Listen, I'm gonna die on that hill.
For my characters, and it was here that I realized something that was going to change my whole perspective on this. See, I was practicing making fantasy 3D characters, and I was looking for the typical fantasy weapons. So, for example, stuff like swords, shields, axes.
Why you buy this? You can make this yourself, bro. You could even sell this yourself. Look at this, $10 for this? He could make this.
Bows, hammers, you know, all the usual fantasy RPG stuff. And I found some really cool stuff. For example, 100 medieval swords for $12. Now, I personally bought the commercial licenses because I like to be able to sell my stuff later.
So wait, why would you buy a standard license? So you can use it in your game, but you can't sell your game? Why?
But when I bought this pack, I was super happy because as a 3D modeler, I know how much work goes into making one of these swords. When you add all the time it takes to design, plan, and then actually model the sword, it would easily add up to 2 to 4 hours per model, which would be months of work at a minimum. So I already knew that $12 for 100 swords was a pretty good fucking deal. And then it hit me. Wait a second. My entire game cost $5. And this pack of swords costs more.
Wait, so it took him 5 years to realize that he could make art and sell his art as an artist? Bro! What? No way! There's got to be some catch. It's probably a rage bait. This video. Let's see.
More than double the cost of my game. Just the swords. No textures.
No, it's not double, brother. It is actually 6 times more if someone buys the commercial license. Which, you know, probably quite a few will.
No programming, no music, no UI, no sound. Literally.
Bro, I'm pretty sure there's a reasonable or an unnatural amount of people buying art for games. I think you underestimate that, Mr. WhatsApp. People are lazy.
Just a bunch of OBJ files for swords.
Bro, you're good at artists. Yeah, I wonder how much money you make then.
Create, but I also know it didn't take as long to make as my game. And that's when I realized that the assets used to create the game separately are worth more than the game itself. And that is when I completely changed my strategy for selling my games. Instead of making a bunch of stuff and trying to sell it at the end of the game's production, it's actually much easier to sell the pieces of your game as you are making it. Like in one of my later games, Macrophage.
But you need to be good. Yeah, that's a good game, man. That looked really good. Hallo Zoe. Zoe, hallo. Baby. Hallo. Mwah. My Kleine. We have no heating, guys. It's actually cold in here. The heating is off again. Maybe. Wait, let me see. Okay, wait. Die reparieren die Heizung gerade. Deswegen musste die ausgeschaltet werden. Die sind gerade dabei, die zu reparieren. Schon wieder, ja. So yeah, they're repairing the heating right now. PC equals heating. Bro, I don't even need a PC to heat myself up. I'm dying as it is, man. It's cold out there. It's like -degrees. I'm dying in here. I don't know what it is. I just, yeah. Hello Tapir, my man, good morning. Hello Sturdy Post, good morning. This game looks great, man. Let's see.
Which is pretty small. And when it was over, I decided to test and just separate the assets into small packs and see if I could make a little bit of extra money on the side. So I turned all the guns that I made into a anime.
$20 for the guns? How many people bought this?
A
crazy.
sci-fi weapons pack.
Hey, mwah. Zoe, mwah.
Then I turn all the bad guy weapons into an alien weapons pack.
Yes.
And then I put all the bad guys together and I turn them into an alien enemy army pack. And I just set up.
What? Bro, I need to learn to do 3D art, man. Holy, how much did you earn?
What I saw other people charge online.
This guy's a millionaire.
Pretty simple strategy, but my idea was, hey, these serve me really well in my game, but maybe someone else also needs anime-style weapons or alien enemies in their project. Who knows? I'll just put the pack out there and see what happens.
Wow, this guy is so... Look at this. This looks crazy. You could sell your current art. Yeah, actually. So here's a funny story. I tried selling art. I'll show you. HIO. Yeah, I'm still logged in. So I can go to my dashboard. I tried selling art before. This one here. I made a dungeon pack 16 by 16 tile set. That's what it looks like. I tried selling art. You know how much earned from this? Over the course of, I don't know, over 2 years. I tried to sell it for $4. Let me see. Can I see how much this earned? Wait a minute. It didn't earn $100. It earned less than $100. Let me see. I cannot show you this because I earned $23 from this. I got 8 downloads.
And of course, to nobody's surprise, the packs for these separate assets are way easier to sell and made me more money than the game ever would. So my recommendation to you,
how much?
If you actually want to make something and not starve to death while you're building your game, is sell the pieces of your game.
It's 20 more than your game. You're wrong. My game sold too. You think my game didn't sell at all, but you're wrong. Let me see. I'll show you. My game on itch.io. Remind me later. So analytics for the tiles at $23. Analytics for my game. My game on itch.io earned me $57 when I was actively advertising it. And that's a terrible game. That's the game that I advertised on itch. It earned me $57. You sold your game? No, I didn't sell my game at all. It was free, but people kept giving me money for the free game because they liked the game.
I'm not saying it's going to make you rich, but
3D art has higher demand? No, yeah, it does. Unreal Engine. That's why.
It's just a way for you to potentially make some change to keep you alive while your project is not complete yet. And you don't have to be an artist to do.
I think the best thing you can sell as a 3D artist is medieval type stuff. Armor pieces, weapons. Because people really like RPG games.
This either. You could be a programmer too. Like if you created some code that does something useful, like just shows the enemy's health bar, people like me would instantly pay $10 to just buy it and just quickly add it to our game.
What do you mean people like me? People that that spend too much money?
I think one of the best real-life examples of this was when I purchased an aiming system for the code that intercepts and hits moving targets. Like, I'm not a math guy, so there was no way I was ever going to figure out the formula and the code to have a bullet hit a moving target. But this guy on the Unity...
Bro, that's not that much work. You just take the bullet's movement and you see how fast your bullet flies, and then you know how much distance it will cover over the course of its lifetime, and then you'll see how fast the target moves, and then you'll do a straight line from the target's current velocity and direction, and then you're just gonna fire in that...
The asset storage is
I think it's not a programmer at all. Yeah, so for any programmer, even if you're terrible at math, I'm terrible at math. Give me a second. Zoe is dying. I'm back. Let's continue. Let's see what his approach is now.
$15. And because he had that code on the marketplace, I worked an extra 2 hours at Chick-fil-A, and that was enough for me to hit a moving target. But this guy on the Unity asset storages sold it for $15. And because he had that code on the marketplace, I worked an extra 2 hours at Chick-fil-A, and that was enough for me to buy the asset. And that code...
Wait, 2 hours, $15? What is your hourly wage, brother? You need to change your job. You're getting ripped off. $7 an hour? That's nothing. You need to change your job. That's less than minimum wage.
Of every
taxes, mate? Bro, you ain't be paying any taxes at that hourly wage. You're getting money from the government for support when you earn that much. Holy, that's nothing.
That was in my game. If he didn't have that code on the market, then I would have never been able to have the gameplay where an AI could hit a moving
Where does he live, though? It depends where you live, too, yeah.
target. If you're an environment guy and you just finished making a beach level, then make a beach pack, you know, with sand textures and palm tree objects and rocks and maybe some water materials. If you're a sound guy and you just finished making some gun sounds for an alien army,
Can you stop demonetizing me, please?
make an alien army sound pack. If you're a programmer and you just made some cool code that just shows a radar with the enemy's position, just sell the radar code. So whatever cool stuff.
Wait, people actually sell code like that? That takes like an hour to do. What? People sell code like this and actually get money? I'm addicted to buying sound packs? Necropolis AD, did you hear that? You need to make sound packs and sell them. You're gonna make big bucks. There's people like Rames out there that buy that.
You make.
You hear
Maybe
that?
it's environment stuff or character stuff or
Make some money.
special effects stuff or sound effects or just code. If it's good enough for you, it might actually be good enough for someone else too. And if you put something on the shop and it doesn't do well, it's not the end of the world. You can always look back and improve it later. But the key is to think small. Organize the stuff that you were going to make anyway, and then optimize it to the point where
I see. He made a Vampire Survivors clone in 3D. It looks really good.
you could see yourself buying something like it because you know how much time it would save you in the future. And I'll end the video with a real example. One thing I personally always hated as a 3D modeler was spending time creating armor ornamental curves. Every single one of my game characters today has them, but I've always hated how long it took to design and fit them into a
Wait, that looks easy though.
character quickly. I actually purchased and tried many different ornamental curve brushes from the store. Some of them were better
Wait, that looks amazing. What are you talking about? That looks amazing. Yeah, boobies. Huh?
than others, but nothing really fit exactly what I needed. And I always found myself going back to the 3 major classic designs.
Ah, this guy is a perfectionist. ZBrush is amazing. It looks amazing, bro. Yeah.
Even within packs that had hundreds of different options. So I took a few
It's owned by Maxon now. What does that mean? You have to pay for that? Was it free before? It takes an hour to boot up Unreal. The code takes a minute. True, man.
days to create the exact kind of ornamental curves that I thought would be perfect for classic medieval fantasy design. And I turned them into a pack, and to this day, my ornamental curve brush pack is more constantly popular on the shop than any of my games will probably ever be. And just to prove it so you guys know I'm not talking out of my ass here,
Okay,
here
how
is
much?
literally how much I made this.
This month. Okay, so he made easy swap non-repeating material instances, $22. Sold one. Had 97 views. Okay, he didn't sell any transparent texture pack.
month. And you can see I've got a bunch of different assets here on the shop, but for this month, the things that I ended up selling most
Lolboy, you need to make assets for Unreal Engine. Lolboy, you want to earn money? See, you don't need to work at McDonald's anymore. You just need to make 3D assets for the Unreal Engine store. And you earn as much. See, bro? That's crazy. Unreal Engine 5 Jiggle Physics demo character. Bro, this guy sold it for 45 and he has 200 views. Bro, you need to make Jiggle Physics.
were belt curves, anime hair
I will once I
curves,
get good enough.
and
He sold 2 custom ornamental curve brushes. Holy, and then he sold an animation style female character. You need to make female characters, Jiggle Physics. You need to make a bunch of female stuff for the Unreal Engine store, bro.
ornamental.
That's what I
brush
get from
strokes.
this.
This is not what I thought I was going to be selling at this point in my career, but sometimes I guess that's just how the world works. When you put all
I see. Guys, I can see ourselves doing some content in the future. Making some 3D character art. You know in which style. To test out this theory. We're only gonna make 3D female stuff.
this
bouncy
stuff
physics.
together in a game, it's worth $5.
You have experience making 3D art. I once did a Udemy course making 3D art, and as part of that course, I created a 3D spider that was very high detailed. So I know how you make 3D stuff in Blender. And the result was actually really good. I lost the result because it was so long ago, but yes, I know how to do it. Now, obviously, what you need for that is still something that you need to do yourself. You need to draw the sprite front, top, and from the side in order to do it. But yes, I do have some experience and I can get back into it. And I'm artistically gifted, I think, too. I like art as well. So we're going to try that in the future. Sounds really good.
When you take it apart and sell each item separately, it's worth $20 to $30 a piece. And like I said, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's just a little bit of extra change that I can use to slowly pay off my student loans.
That's
Whatever
awesome.
you do, just do the best you can. Clean it up, optimize.
Man, I'm so sorry for you guys in America and your student loans. You get destroyed by the government just to educate yourself. I'm so sorry for you guys that you have to go through this. Anyone in America that has to go through this, bro, I don't even know how you manage. You're starting off your life with like 30,000 in minus, maybe even more, 60,000. LF? Did I F just now?
It, and then make it available for other devs who also might need it.
Yeah.
Good luck out there. And just
People
remember,
in
you're
UK
not alone
too.
Here. If you ever want to chill with some others who are on the same journey, just consider dropping by the Discord. We'd love to have you aboard. But regardless, hope that helps. And as always, hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll see you around.
The salaries are massive there too. Bro, after seeing all of the layoffs, I don't know about the massive salaries, brother. Anyways, okay, so interesting video. I have to say, I think his approach to game development was a little bit crazy. If he actually got into debt by paying people to code for him, I feel like that's the wrong approach. If you want to make a game yourself, then unless you have a friend that loves coding, I'm 100% sure, I'm 100% convinced you need to code yourself. Otherwise, it's just you spend too much money doing that. And you should try to get free stuff over paid stuff from the internet. That works best. Don't be stupid, pay for everything, sell assets, yeah. That's the video. Anyways, that's the video. If you want to support this guy, watch the video in 1% speed. Okay, let's do Odin stuff.